All right, guys, so we're back in my garage for another episode of the B58 Digest. If you're new to the channel, I use these videos to help keep you updated on the latest developments in the B58 community. So if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to subscribe to the channel. There will be a lot more of these videos coming out in the future. So today's update comes from Wagner Tuning, and they have finally released production images of their intake manifold setup. So we're going to go back real quick and just kind of walk you guys through the history of what we've gone through this past year. But basically, last February was the first time that Wagner Tuning posted basically a CAD image of their planned intake manifold setup. Now, this didn't look like anything crazy at first glance, but Wagner Tuning is really well respected as far as, companies that create cooling products. So people were really excited to see that they were actually putting some kind of design and development on this platform. But then almost a month later, things got really spicy when they posted this picture on Instagram. And what it looks like is they're actually trying to integrate an air to water intercooler in the charge pipe. And so, of course, that's a pretty revolutionary design, completely different from what anybody else is doing. And with that size core, the air to water intercooler should be extremely efficient. So it seemed like that would be basically the foolproof option for no matter how much power you want to throw at the car. If you want to maintain the air to water intercooler setup, this would pretty much be the no brainer. And of course, it would probably come in at a pretty expensive price, but it was just cool to see somebody doing something out of the box and completely different. So at this point, everybody was fully engaged and waiting to see what happened next, but it kind of went dark for a while. Then a couple months later, they posted up this picture of a prototype, which again just kind of helped us, get some motivation back. Yes, they haven't completely forgotten about us and they're focusing on getting this out. It's just, taking a little bit longer than expected, but we'll just kind of have to sit around and wait to see when it actually comes out. And then finally, at the beginning of this year, they posted up this picture installing it on a Supra. So that was really exciting to see. And they provided finally some, hard information. They said that the mesh design that they went with is 128% increase in size over the stock intercooler, and that the IATs should be reduced by up to 20 degrees. And I'm pretty sure that's in Celsius, so, even more of a temperature delta in Fahrenheit. The back pressure is reduced by 35%. So that, of course, means that they're using a really efficient core. The airflow is optimized, and all of that just helps create a more efficient system. The intake manifold also is plug and play, so no modifications needed. That should mean no cutting, splicing, or anything like that to make it fit. And then they, of course, also mentioned that it has additional accommodations for port injection, meth, nitrous, and additional ports if you want to add different sensors for pressure reference and things like that. So really exciting to see this really coming together, and just seeing like the actual product images gives us even more hope that this is finally going to happen. They did say that they expect it to release in February, so we'll have to see. Hopefully nothing else comes in the way that causes delays, but I can imagine this past year was pretty difficult to get materials and do all the testing that they wanted to do, so that's why it probably took so long. Now, the biggest question on everybody's mind is the price, and honestly, Wagner Tuning has never been the cheapest option on the market for these kind of parts, so I don't expect it to be any cheaper than the other intake manifolds. If anything, it'll probably be maybe 10% more expensive, but we'll just kind of have to see when they finally announce the pricing. And yes, this one is only set up for the B58 TU at this time. I'm going to reach out to them and see when the Gen 1 is coming out, but I haven't heard anything yet, so we'll just kind of have to be patient on that one. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope this video helps. And if you have any other questions or comments, leave them down below.